Hello. I'm working on a tiny table here because I'm trying to do a DIY. I want to make Billy's head. Again, my Hocus Pocus decorations going outside. I don't even know where I'll put this, so it might be a dumb idea to make, but we're going to try it. I have my wig head. This is my Winnie wig, which I need to take off anyway because I need to get ready and styled and clean it, get all the dust off because it usually goes up there. And I am using, so I had bought a skull from the Dollar Tree, but it's so tiny, and I just figured like this is actually a man's size mannequin head, and it'd be so much easier and take up less materials for me to just use this as opposed to trying to build on top of the skull. I don't know if any of this is going to work, but we're going to hope for the best. And I'm sitting here on the edge of my bed because I'm going to watch TV as I'm going, and we'll just hope that the camera and everything doesn't fall down during the process. So have the head, have this air foam clay. So it's for cosplay arts and crafts, and it's Nantaxic. So see how that works. I hope it adheres to the foam. I'm not really sure. And then I also have just a small cutting board that I'm gonna mix this stuff on. Right now I'm just trying to get the structure made, and then we can do the decorating over the course of the next few days. I kind of want to just have him like sticking out of the ground in front of his headstone, but I don't know. We'll see. Pray for me. So through this process, I literally have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just kind of adding more and more clay and sculpting it through and hoping for the best. I really spent a lot of time working on the nose because Doug Jones has a really like pronounced nose, but it also kind of looks like it's broken. So it took a long time to like just get that worked out, and then I had to add a lot onto the rest of the face. Obviously, like get the chin and the chin, the jawline more pronounced. Gave it some super heavy cheekbones, as you can see here. If I could do it again, I think that I would have redone like I guess those lines where like the muscles and the cheeks would have been, because they're just not as pronounced as I want them to be, and I think that they look like a little bit weird. I don't know. I really tried, but it just was just like a lot of like trial and error. Also, seriously, the entire time I was doing this process, I couldn't stop thinking of this one scene from Mrs. Doubtfire, and it killed me.
That's disgusting. That's the most revolting thing I've ever seen. Awesome.
Okay, so here's where we are. It looks really creepy. I didn't put any like beyond any of this region, just because like it's going to be covered by hair anyway, so figured it was fine. It is, as you can tell, like very lumpy, but he's also a zombie, so like maybe that doesn't really matter as much. So I'm going to let it dry, I think overnight, and then from here I will from here I will paint it. And then so there is a doll maker that I follow who makes wigs out of yarn. She uses yarn and bamboo skewers and a cat comb to brush out the hair, and then straightens it with a hair flat iron. And I think that would be good because I can make it like really dirty and it won't be expensive. So that's what I'm gonna try to do there. Of course, like his neck needs texture and stuff, but I just don't feel like adding that. If anything, I might do it with like hot glue when I paint it. I don't know. I could add strands now. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Okay, sorry for the bad lighting. So I'm trying to do the paint job. Actually, it looks really good on camera there. So I'm trying to get like the right color for him. Do better lighting, because he's not quite like green and not quite gray. I don't know. I think that, can you even see that? Does it even just look, well, you can see the difference between the white and the gray there. I don't know. So this is where we're at. This is how it looked when it dried. So now I'm currently painting, and then I'm going to do the hair part next. But I don't know if I like this base color. I've already mixed like 3 different shades of it, so I don't know. But this is where we're going. I'm also realizing now, like, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it when it's outside, and I also am worried that like my dogs are gonna eat it. So this might be a stupid idea, but we'll find out. I changed shirts because I got paint on the other one and I didn't want to get more on it. But I added the like shadows and it just looks so intense. So I'm mixing up some more paint, and I'm adding in a little more green this time around because those are so dark. I'm just gonna like go over it with a like a light coat of this to kind of like warm it up, and then maybe I'll add more white or more tan to like a certain section and do like highlights. I don't know, it looks pretty shitty. I was really hoping it would look better than the ones that you can get at the Spirit store, but kind of fucked it up with this paint job. Honestly, the paint job can like make or break things, and right now it's breaking it, but we're in the early stages, so maybe it'll get better. Fingers crossed. Here's where we are. It looks like shit on camera. Holy shit. It looks more like the little girl from The Grudge on camera. I swear in real life it's not that bad. Let's see if I can do it with a flashlight and see. Let's see. Is the light hitting it enough? Like, it doesn't look that bad. I don't fucking know. We'll see. Maybe it'll look better once I have hair on it, but like right now, at this moment, I hate it. Okay, so it's a new day. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. last night trying to unravel each of the individual strands on these yarn pieces. So basically what I did is I took the black yarn and then I just did like a little slip knot around this like skewer that I had here. It's a little bamboo piece. It's already curling in on itself, as you can tell. But then the part that I forgot, that's really kind of crucial to it, is that you have to untwist all the yarn, and so it's like each individual strand like that, right? And then from here, you are supposed to use a cat brush and brush it through. Now doing just this, taking it apart, again, it took like at least 3 hours. It was so painstaking. And then once like I figured out how to do it like easier, it went by a lot faster, but there was still a lot. And as you can see, like it's already wanting to curl on itself again. So I'm gonna like finger comb this and then try brushing it out. So after you brush it out, she will like snip off the top and then lay it flat and like, oh no, does she iron it first? Yes. So after she brushes it out, she flat irons it and then snips it off at the top, and then we'll like lay it flat and glue it. So she's like making tracks essentially. I'm definitely gonna have to do this a handful of times, but I'm hoping that it at least works. And Billy's head is all dried. So this is what he looks like today. I hate it. I hate it. I think he needs more shadow on his nose. I don't know. I just think it looks dumb. Again, a paint job is like make or break. And I think it definitely broke. But maybe it won't look as bad once he has hair on. That's kind of coming together there, right? That's like really hopeful. So we'll see. So I'm gonna try to do the hair today, and then of course I'll have to let it like dry for a couple hours once I get it glued. But I've gone ahead and cleared off my little table. So I'm gonna sit in front of the TV again and just brush it, because I tried brushing it yesterday and it already takes 5,000 years. So I think this part is gonna be a little more involved. So again, fingers crossed. Honestly, I did not expect this to be the hardest step of the entire process. But, I mean, you lose so much yarn, so I really have no idea what I was doing wrong. And I just kept brushing, but it just kept, like, retwisting on itself. So I don't know if maybe I put too much on the skewer. Maybe I should have done a lesser amount, but it's really hard. It's really hard to do. So try to break it into sections and just brush it through. And just make it work, but it really didn't. And I'm so wondering, like, maybe I needed to have a better cat brush, but I wasn't going to spend $5 on a cat brush, $10 on a cat brush. I don't have a cat, so I don't know. I just got from the Dollar Tree, and it was a learning process. I really don't think I'll ever do something like this again. No way. I don't think this is working. I don't know if maybe this is why she doesn't do long pieces. Maybe this is why she does they're dull wigs, right? I just assumed that it would work the same, but like, it's just a matted mess. And I'm trying to like comb it through, and it just kind of like knots itself even more. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's like the bottom is doing what I want it to-ish, but it's also like getting like retangled on itself. Like it's retwisting itself. Who fucking knows? Yeah, this is not working out. So I think what I'm going to try to do is straighten it, maybe, because she uses a flat iron to like make it look more like hair. And maybe like I'll brush it again from there, but right now it just looks like shit. Look at that. It does not look good. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so I did straighten it, and it helped a little bit, but I'm gonna see if maybe like I can now brush it through, and maybe that'll make it like, I don't know, expand a bit more. There's honestly so much yarn on my floor right now. I feel like I lost half the threads. Because I did. Like, look, they all broke off. So I'm going to try brushing it again. And hopefully this works. Maybe I just have to go back and forth between brushing and straightening, brushing and straightening. Honestly, like, look at this. Like, that's a whole ass other skin. That's a whole ass other ball of yarn. And I still... so stiff. I feel like this is a dumb idea. This is a really dumb idea. I think I have black fur somewhere, so I might just find that and like glue it on the rest of him and just have this be like bangs or something. It's so bad. I think this DIY might just be a failure. I definitely just took a really long nap and stopped thinking about it, but I had so much excess like of the yarn that had come off, and I just didn't want to throw it away. So I've been using just like some Elmer's glue and a palette knife, and I glued it onto the top, and it just looks like tragic. I'm just like layering it, and because it was so much, it was a giant ball. I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to just throw it away. So I've just been like kind of like, I don't know, like adding piles of glue and then just like pushing it in and like hoping that that'll be enough to like give it, oh god, the proper volume. I don't know. I'm like taking a cue from Dawn, you know, and just doing like this really bad comb over, but honestly I feel like it just looks like jerry curl. I mean, I think like once we get the actual tracks made, like maybe it won't look as bad. Who am I kidding? This looks fucking awful. Like, even if once he has his hair, like, well maybe once I put the like yarn on his mouth. You know, they're not all winners. Sometimes that's part of the process, right? That's part of the DIY process. It's like sometimes you fuck up, and I think you have to at least try it. This is really bad. It hasn't gotten any better. It's actually, it looks really bad. I don't even want to show it. He looks like Michael Jackson. So the hair part like I couldn't get it. It's so crusty, but like you can still see that there are like gaps between it. Like it didn't dry, and maybe it's because I'm supposed to do it like her, like brush it out all the way and then lay them flat to do it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think it's, I don't know if it's the yarn. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did it wrong. It's bad. It's bad. And so I was waiting for that to like dry again, and so instead I was like, okay, well, let me use that mountain of fluff that I had and save that and like attach it here. And he looks like fucking Michael Jackson. It's terrifying. It looks so ugly. So I kind of want to like rip it off and then try it with this. I don't know. I mean, this could like actually give it like good texture for underneath. I really just want to say like fuck it, but I already have put so much time into trying to get this to work, and it just looks so shitty, and I'm so upset about it. But to try to expedite the process, so I might leave that here as like a base for now, and then I'm going to try to use this, see if I can get it to work. So maybe I'll apply that like over it, and then instead of using the Elmer's glue, I'm going to use my handy dandy glue gun. And then this one is also really nice because it's wireless. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works. We're going to keep trying. We're going to at least finish it. Maybe I'll rub some dirt in it, and then we'll go from there. It's so bad. Or maybe he'll just be our new mascot, you know? Oh my god, he didn't even glue anything on the back end. He's just my new mascot. Very fun. Kitties. Also, I'm sorry that I'm not wearing a bra. It's been a weird week. Honestly, this lazy method wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I obviously burned my fingers because I touched the glue when it was hot and still wet, but it was okay. I think like it would have maybe been better if I'd put like a ribbon, glued a ribbon down and had that held like that, and then like, you know, like an actual like track. But I really struggled. And also you're supposed to cut off the yarn before you glue it, and so that was really difficult too. But yeah, I just kept, you know, once I cut them to size, I would just glue it anywhere, and I glued them down like facing back, and then I would glue it upwards, so like put another piece of glue on top of where it's already glued, and then flip it back or flip it forward, I guess, so that it would like hold itself in place. This is something she does when she does like parting on her dolls, and it worked, I think, to give it extra volume and then also just make it look a lot cleaner there. So I just kept like, they wouldn't stick, the glue didn't stick all as one like long piece, so I kind of cut them up into smaller pieces and then just had them kind of haphazardly placed there. I will say though that the weird fuzz from before, like, I had to fight with a lot because it wasn't stuck in a lot of places, so I had to go and like re-glue that down and then glue the quote-unquote tracks on top. So it's just very confusing. But yeah, you can see I glue it flat and then glue it again and then flip it up and then have it like kind of pushed into place. So it's starting to get like some like K-pop bangs right now, but slowly it's coming together. I don't know. I think when I had done the fluff, I had gotten really great sideburns on one side, and I didn't have that on the other side. So I tried to duplicate it with a smaller piece, and it just looked really fucking stupid. But I also wish that maybe I had used the bottom piece for this part from the original, because that was so full and like matted, ratty and matted. And I think if I had kept that in place, that maybe like the front would have looked the way that I wanted it to. I don't know. I mean, it was, again, it was a learning process. I think once I figured it out and did it with the glue gun, it was a lot better because it wasn't taking as much time to do, and then I wasn't hating it for taking that much time and also not being good. Yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. I apologize because this video is going to be like 30 minutes long. But I think we may be finished. Well, no, we're not finished. But I think I'm just at a point where I'm like done with it. And it might not be that bad. Does that look better? I think it's okay. So of course, I mean, there's the back, right? I mean, I think like if I had painted this black, which I could, I don't really care to, but I could, because he's gonna go in the dirt, remember? So I could literally just have, maybe even like glue the hair around to the side, you know? So that it'll stay like, but it's not that bad, right? So, yeah. I think if I mean, I could add more layers to the back if I wanted to, but I'm just like over it because it's been a week. But I think he's okay. You know, for it being the first time I've ever done something like this, I think it's okay. It was a learning experience. I didn't give up, which is really what matters. And that's good, right? So I basically just like added one big layer to the back, and then I kept adding like the individual short layers on top until like on top of the fluff, like that weird fluff is still underneath. And then I've just been kind of like adjusting it with my hands, and it's gonna get messy when it's in the ground too, because he's a zombie. I don't even know if I'll put him in the ground because it took so long to make, and I don't know if like I want him to be destroyed, but he's not bad. He's not bad, yo. I'm pretty pleased. I would say it's a DIY okay. DIY okay. I'm Courtney. It's been a long week. I'm sorry, this video is so long. Would I recommend doing this? Probably not. It's still cheaper than buying it from the spirit store, but I don't think it's any better than the spirit store would. I think maybe like I could have bought the spirit store one and made that one better. Maybe I should have done that instead. It's a learning experience. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.